On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Remarkable.
Worthy of attention because unusual or special.
Examples:
Remarkable achievement. The remarkable breadth of knowledge. The election was a remarkable success for the Whigs.
Aspect:
One part or feature of a situation, problem, subject, etc.
Examples:
Non-technical aspects of the job. Aspects of social, political, and economic life. His professional experience includes all aspects of media production.
Brain:
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Recognize:
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Concept:
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography. Turbulent. Marked by a lot of sudden changes, confusion, or uncertainty, characterized by intense activity or agitation.
Examples:
Turbulent waves. Turbulent age. The stock market has been turbulent lately, with prices fluctuating rapidly. Fluid. A substance that can flow and is not solid.
Examples:
Plenty of fluids. Fluid assets. She was diagnosed with a fluid buildup in her lungs. Dynamics. The branch of mechanics that deals with the motion of bodies under the action of forces, including the particular case in which a body remains at rest, forces that produce or stimulate movement, growth, or change.
Examples:
Dynamics of group. Dynamics of economy. The relationship dynamics between the two countries were complex and constantly changing.
Germ.
A very tiny living that causes the disease, a piece of something such as an organism, concept, etc., capable of growing into a new one or part of one.
Examples:
Antibiotic-resistant germ. A germ-free environment. The germ of his idea came from watching birds flying in flocks.
Physicist.
A scientist who specializes in the field of physics.
Examples:
Talented physicist. Theoretical physicist. Einstein was an outstanding and famous physicist of the 20th century.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Turbulence.
A state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty, often accompanied by violent or disruptive activity or behavior, such as air turbulence during a flight.
Examples:
Financial turbulence. Emotional turbulence. The ride on the roller coaster was full of dips and turns, creating a feeling of turbulence.
Mathematics.
The science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
A good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Depict.
To illustrate someone or something in a photograph.
Examples:
Depict a scene. Depict a feeling of isolation. His son had accurately depicted the bloom.
Sunrise.
The time in the morning when the sun first appears in the sky.
Examples:
Beautiful sunrise. High technology sunrise industries. I got up early to watch the sunrise at the summit.
Asylum.
Protection granted to someone who has left their home country as a political refugee.
Examples:
Grant asylum. Asylum law. The refugees sought asylum in the neighboring country.
Mutilate.
To cause severe damage, disfigurement, or injury, usually to a person or an animal, to destroy, alter, or damage something severely or irreparably.
Examples:
Mutilate a document. Mutilate a body. It is cruel for anyone to mutilate an animal for any reason.
Psychotic.
Relating to or characterized by a loss of touch with reality, exhibiting or suffering from a severe mental disorder characterized by delusions, hallucinations, or disordered thinking.
Examples:
Psychotic medication. Psychotic episode. Her husband's death caused her to experience a psychotic break.
Episode.
A happening or story that is distinctive in a series of related events, an abrupt short period during which someone suffers from the effects of a physical or mental illness.
Examples:
End of the first episode. Episode of vertigo. I want to put that episode of my life behind me.
Circular.
Shaped like a circle, having a round form.
Examples:
circular economy, non-circular orbit. The circular shape of the planet makes it difficult to determine which direction is north.
Brushstroke.
The mark or stroke made by a painter's brush on a canvas or surface, a single movement or action toward a larger project or goal.
Examples:
artistic brushstroke, a brushstroke of genius. The artist made a beautiful brushstroke on the canvas.
Swirl.
To move in a circular or spiral pattern.
Examples:
swirl the wine, swirl up dirt and dust. The chef expertly swirled the sauce onto the plate.
Eddy.
A circular current of water or air that flows in the opposite direction to the main current, causing a small whirlpool, a current of opinion, activity, or trend that goes against the main current.
Examples:
eddy of water, eddy of leaves. Unfortunately, the swirling eddy in the river made it difficult to swim.
Impressionism.
A style of art and literature that seeks to capture the fleeting momentary sensations and impressions of perception rather than objective reality or formal structure.
Examples:
impressionism movement, impressionism style. The famous French painters Monet and Renoir were considered pioneers of Impressionism.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples:
represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Predecessor.
A person who held a position or office before the current holder.
Examples:
the words of a predecessor. Predecessor model. The new CEO is the predecessor of the former CEO.
Capture.
To catch a person or an animal and confine them in an area which they cannot escape.
Examples:
capture a glimpse. Capture customers' hearts. I was able to capture the moment on film.
Instance.
A particular example or single occurrence of something.
Examples:
for instance. Notable instance. These articles cite 5 instances of climate change.
Dappled.
Marked with spots or patches of different colors or shades, having a mottled or speckled appearance, characterized by a play of light and shadow.
Examples:
dappled light. Olive dappled landscape. The dappled sunlight filtered through the leaves of the trees.
Twinkle. To
shine with a flickering or sparkling light. Noun, the act of shining in a bright and cheerful way.
Examples:
Twinkle like a star. The twinkle of the stars. His eyes twinkled with mischief.
Melt.
To turn from something solid into something soft or liquid as a result of heating.
Examples:
Melt the ice. Melt down gold. Her resistance melted under his persuasion.
Luminous.
Emitting or reflecting light, especially in the dark, shining or glowing brightly, full of light or enlightenment.
Examples:
Luminous glow. Luminous stars. The room was filled with luminous decorations that shone in the dark.
Intensify.
To increase or make something increase in extent or strength.
Examples:
Intensify diplomatic efforts. Intensify a good relationship. Rebels have pledged to intensify the armed struggle against the dictatorship.
Canvas.
Heavy closely woven fabric used for making tents, sails, etc. and by artists for painting on.
Examples:
Blank canvas. Oil on canvas. Life is a vast canvas, and you should put as much paint on it as you can.
Primitive.
Of or relating to an early stage of society with no industry or technological development, simple, naive, or old-fashioned in style.
Examples:
Primitive society. Artifact of a primitive humankind. The industry in this country is still primitive.
Visual.
Relating to seeing or sight.
Examples:
Visual navigation. Field of visual arts. The building makes a remarkable visual impact.
Cortex.
The outermost layer of an organ, especially the brain.
Examples:
Cortex cells. Visual cortex neuron. The cerebral cortex consists of 6 layers.
Contrast.
To put in opposition, to show or emphasize differences.
Examples:
Contrast with a decade ago. Contrast two things. It's intriguing to compare and contrast the two authors.
Blend.
To mix or combine two or more substances.
Examples:
Blend all the elements. Blend milk and cream. The toad altered its appearance to better blend in with its new environments.
Primate.
Any mammal of the order primates, which includes monkeys, apes, and humans.
Examples:
Primate species. Primate sanctuary. Many scientists study primate behavior and intelligence.
Subdivision.
A smaller part of something that is divided into such parts.
Examples:
An administrative subdivision. Subdivision of cells. The city is divided into several smaller subdivisions.
Interpretation.
An explanation or opinion of something, especially that is not immediately obvious.
Examples:
The interpretation of history. Open to interpretation. His interpretations of literary works are often unique.
Pulse.
The regular heartbeat as it sends blood around the body, especially when it is felt at the wrist or side of the neck, a solid regular vibration of sound, electric current, light, or other waves.
Examples:
A weak pulse. Pulse waves. The cardiac monitor displays the intensity of your pulse.
Flicker.
To shine unsteadily or intermittently, as if with a faint light.
Examples:
Flicker every 2 seconds. Flicker out like a candle. The fireflies flickered in the darkness.
Radiate.
To spread out or emit something, such as light or heat, in all directions.
Examples:
Radiate an aura. Radiate in all directions. Roads radiate from the famous building in the center of the city.
Oddly.
In a way that is unexpected, strange, or peculiar.
Examples:
Behave oddly. Oddly familiar. He walked into the party with an oddly dressed companion, causing everyone to stare.
Execute.
To kill someone, especially as a legal punishment, to carry out or perform an action, duty, etc.
Examples:
Execute a bold strategy. Execute a double play. The mafioso who collaborated with the police was executed.
Prominent.
Important, well-known, or noticeable.
Examples:
Prominent figure. Play a prominent role. The media frequently interviewed prominent scientists.
Striking.
Interesting and distinctive enough to draw notice, exceedingly appealing, frequently in an odd manner.
Examples:
Striking innovation. Striking evidence. The two plays have a number of striking parallels.
Propose.
To make a proposal, declare a plan for something.
Examples:
Propose the amendment. Propose changes. I want to propose a toast in honor of our long-standing relationship.
Vary.
To become different in terms of size, shape, etc.
Examples:
vary according to the age, vary directly with the price. Maximum heart rates vary a lot for each individual.
Proportion:
A part, share, or amount of something considered in comparative relation to a whole.
Examples:
direct proportion, a building of vast proportions. He is more concerned about the proportion of his body fat than usual because of an upcoming bodybuilding competition.
Experimental:
relating to or based on new ideas, forms, methods, etc. that have not been tried before, usually to find out what effect they have.
Examples:
experimental data, experimental design. The product is still in the experimental stage.
Unsolved:
not yet understood, explained, or resolved, remaining a mystery or enigma.
Examples:
unsolved mystery, unsolved crime. The case remains unsolved after years of investigation.
Physics:
the science of matter and energy and their interactions.
Examples:
nuclear physics, laws of physics. He studied the physics of radiation.
Cascade:
a small waterfall or series of small waterfalls, a succession of stages or operations or processes or units.
Examples:
cascade connection, transistor cascade. The cascade of waterfalls in the national park was a breathtaking sight.
Transfer:
to move, pass, or change from one person, place, or situation to another.
Examples:
transfer a file, transfer power. She transferred the money from her savings account to her checking account.
Likewise:
in the same way.
Examples:
do likewise, please revise likewise. He is tall and likewise strong.
Jovian:
relating to Jupiter or its characteristics.
Examples:
Jovian satellites, Jovian planet. The Jovian moon Europa is believed to have an ocean beneath its icy surface.
Spot:
a particular location or place, a small round or roundish area, differing in color or feels from the surface around it.
Examples:
beauty spot, a spot on his honor. This remote spot is rarely visited.
Interstellar:
relating to or located in the space between stars.
Examples:
interstellar communication, interstellar space. The interstellar medium comprises gas, dust, and cosmic rays that fill the space between stars.
Particle.
A small piece of something, a word or piece of a term with grammatical function, but little or no significance.
Examples:
Charged particle, particle energy. We can calculate the position of the particles statistically.
Telescope.
A device like a tube in shape containing lenses used to magnify and observe distant objects.
Examples:
A binocular telescope. Look through a telescope. This facility has the largest astronomical telescope in the country.
Distant.
Far away in space, time, or where you are, far apart in relevance, relationship, or kinship.
Examples:
A distant memory. Distant ancestors. The sun set over the crest of distant hills.
Motto.
A phrase or slogan that expresses a guiding principle or goal.
Examples:
The motto for safe traffic. Company motto. The company's motto is innovation and service, which is reflected in its products and customer support.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Distinct.
Noticeable from something else of a similar type.
Examples:
Distinct difference. Distinct from each other. It is essential to keep these two issues distinct.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Equation.
The act of regarding as equal, mathematics, a statement that expresses the equality of two expressions by connecting them with the equal sign.
Examples:
The equation of poverty with ignorance. A chemical equation. In this class, you will learn how to solve quadratic equations.
Digit.
One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration, a finger, thumb, or toe.
Examples:
Digit identifier. The digit in the hundreds place. We must enter a 6-digit number to unlock the safe.
Pixel.
The smallest unit of an image that can be displayed or manipulated electronically, typically a point of light on a computer screen or in a digital image.
Examples:
Pixel density. Color pixels. The computer screen comprises thousands of tiny pixels that create the overall picture.
Curve.
A bend or angle in a line or surface that deviates from a straight or flat path, a gradual or smooth change in direction or shape.
Examples:
Learning curve. Yield curve. The curve in the road was so sharp that I had to slow down to navigate it safely.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Conclude.
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
Conclude a meeting. Conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire.
Agitation.
A state of anxiety, excitement, or disturbance that is often associated with restlessness, agitation, or nervousness, the act of stirring or moving something in a rapid or erratic manner.
Examples:
Agitation levels. Political agitation. The crowd's agitation grew as the politician failed to answer their questions.
Portrait.
A painting, picture, the likeness of a person, especially one showing the face.
Examples:
A portrait painter. Portrait of a well-known figure. A well-known artist painted this lovely lady's portrait.
Calm.
Not excited, angry, or nervous, free from wind, large waves.
Examples:
Calm sea. Calm manner. It was the first time in a long time that I felt truly calm and at peace.
Correspondence.
The letters, emails, etc., especially official or business ones, the quality or state of being the same in amount, number, status.
Examples:
A business correspondence. One-to-one correspondence. The results of the two experiments were in correspondence.
Glance.
To give a quick or brief look, to hit something at an angle.
Examples:
Glance around nervously. Glance at him miserably. I casually glanced into the small hut.
Munch.
To chew or eat something noisily, often with the sound of crunching or crunching.
Examples:
Munch on an apple. Munch away on crisps. I love to munch on popcorn while I watch a movie.
Scream.
To give a loud, high shout suddenly, especially because of fear, anger, excitement, etc., to utter or declare in a very loud voice.
Examples:
Scream a profanity. Scream at him to be quiet. She kept screaming for an ambulance.
Genius.
Someone who has exceptional intellectual ability and originality.
Examples:
A person of genius. A genius for music. Mozart was a musical genius.
Accurate.
Correct and exact in all details.
Examples:
Provide accurate information. Accurate measurements. The official transcript contains accurate academic records.
Rousing.
Exciting, stimulating, or inspiring, causing a strong emotional or physical response, arousing enthusiasm or interest.
Examples:
Rousing music. Rousing business. The rousing speech by the coach pumped up the team before the big game.
Intense.
Especially of a feeling, very strong, extremely sharp or severe.
Examples:
Intense heat. Develop intense itching. That statement by the Prime Minister drew intense international criticism.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Perceive.
To become aware or conscious of something through the senses.
Examples:
Perceive a threat. Perceive light. Australia is widely perceived as having low levels of corruption.
Supreme.
Highest in rank, level, or importance.
Examples:
The Supreme Commander. Justice of the Supreme Court. The supreme pleasure of life is the conviction that we are loved.
Humankind.
The whole of the living human inhabitants of the earth.
Examples:
Humankind as a species. History of humankind. On the geological timescale, humankind has existed for a brief moment.
Mystery.
Something difficult to understand or explain, a secret or enigmatic quality that adds to the fascination or interest of something. A genre of fiction that involves the solution of a crime or a puzzle.
Examples:
Mystery novel. Unsolved mystery. The mystery surrounding the disappearance of the traveler has yet to be solved by authorities.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.